Not yet published, already damned. Why are people running scared of Prince Harry's memoir? This is an article in The Guardian from Catherine Bennett. With the help of brilliant co-writer and fully rounded picture, may now emerge of the much maligned royal. The article reads, "Not since criminals were barred from profiting in this way can a publisher announcement of a book have united the British press in such disgust. Before that, even the gangster-turned-memoirist Mad Frankie Fraser was not in his literary pomp faulted for bringing shame upon his family. If, as a torturer for the craze, Mr. Fraser pulled out his victim's teeth with pliers, well, he never came close to embarrassing the Queen, and doing so yet more barbarously in a Jubilee year." The article continues, "Nothing from the Royal Watchers Guild, not even a professional interest in the benefits, can excuse Prince Harry's decision to publish, with the help of an award-winning U.S. author, J.R. Moringer, an intimate, heartfelt memoir. Defenders of the cancel culture might in fact want to welcome this overdue acknowledgement from traditional media adversaries that free speech must have its limits. Unseen, the book has been damned as self-indulgent, superfluous, greedy, hurtful, biased, perfidious, overprivileged, hypercritical, and premature." Did the 36-year-old immigrant not check the UK guidelines for memoir writing? Who does he think he was, Malala? I love this article already. One biographer, the author of 2018's titled Harry, delves into the troubled childhood and lasting effect of losing his adored mother, has heard the prince's version will probably delve competitively into the same lasting effect. It is a terrible tragedy, Angela Levin allows on her Twitter, but sad the man can't move on. Well, that's Angela Levin, isn't it? She talked so bad about her own mother and went on and on and on about how she was treated growing up, but she doesn't want Harry to do the same thing. Anyway, back to the article. The only people that are entitled to make money from Prince Harry's interesting story are, well, you gather people who are not Prince Harry. It's so interesting that so many people are exhausted of those Sussexes, but they won't stop talking about them. They can't stop talking about them. And even one of the reporters had to admit that the Sussexes are actually gaining in popularity, not just in the U.S., not just among the young, but around the world. And so this is why they have gone into, I guess, hyperdrive or hyperspeed, warp speed, at releasing as much negative, damaging information as possible, is because the Sussexes are only getting stronger. It just doesn't work for the tabloid press to have people getting along. There's always have to be someone having a staring down contest or something like that in order to gather the clickbait. But they are becoming unhinged because they don't have complete control of the narrative as they've had in the past. And the big difference of the Sussexes being here is that they're able to speak out. So I think it's done the Sussexes a favor that the royal family, that is, had this, I guess, whatever summit, Sandringham summit, and they came to this conclusion that there'll be no half in, no half out. Well, the great thing about that is that really frees up the Sussexes to say and do whatever they need to do in order to correct the negative, nasty stories from the tabloids. Now they have the ability to just completely speak up for themselves and to speak out and speak their truth. The media has weaponized the word woke. They call them the woke couple. And the only reason why this right-wing, white nationalist-based media is so driven to try to suppress this idea of someone being woke is because it really means that they're trying to suppress the young people. They're trying to somehow give an incentive to young people to not open their eyes, but that doesn't work. The young people helped to end the war in Vietnam. That's what happens when a community comes together. And that's why the Sussex Squad is so important, is that even though as a community we may not be as large as, say, the collective youth of the Western world, we have still demonstrated to people over and over again that when people are speaking out and advocating for the truth and to bring light into the darkness, that you can effectively make a change. It may not happen as fast as we'd like. We may not see people taken to the streets on behalf of this cause, but something is being done, and it scares a lot of people because, okay, individually, we can't do so much by ourselves, but as a group, we're stronger. But then you have people who collaborate from other groups that have decided that this media monster has gone way too far, terrorizing a mother, a prenatal mother, a postnatal mother, terrorizing that mother during some of the most vulnerable moments of her life seems to give them oxygen. It definitely puts money in the bank for them, but people are speaking out against that. And so playing by the old rules that it's in the public interest is just not enough. And that's why the young people will have to be the ones to make these changes, because the older generation, well, they're brainwashed. They're brainwashed, and not just about the royal family, but about so many things that they feel a certain social obligation. They are completely brainwashed and can't see any other way. The racism, in some cases, that hate is just not something organic to them. It's born out of the fact that they have been brainwashed. And let's hope that with enough information, people can see that they are going down the wrong path. Maybe too late for some of the older generation, but for the younger people, that's where we have to, look to the future, because they are the future, and they are the ones, the so-called woke. They are the ones who see it for what it is and not what people want it to be.